Good to have you. I want to take a step back, first of all, and ask, because mobile is an important market, particularly for your customers. What is the impact of Apple's iOS change, and might it, over the long term, drive customers to need to own their ecosystem and build their platform more, which I guess would lead them into the arms of Unity?
Well, look, I think the impact of the changes around IDFA and Apple's 14.5 operating system, I think for a lot of people, it's pretty murky. It's still too early to call. For us, we feel a lot more confident. We ingest, tens of billions of data points per day, signal that we have on users of Unity applications. And the benefit of that is we also glean data on north of 1 billion events just in iOS 14.5 now. So we've got really good visibility on it. And based on that visibility, we felt comfortable, not only with a strong beat in Q1, but raising our guidance by $50 million for the year. So I think we're in a really good spot. And I know that's what you'd expect me to say, but I'm confident in us. I think others will be fine too, but I think some folks are going to be jarred by this. It might be their only data source is what they glean from iOS 14 or iOS IDFA. And if they're really dependent on that and they're suddenly blind on that side, it's going to be more challenging for them.
Does that, and I guess that's what I was getting at, does that provide opportunities for platform creators and growers like Unity? You're talking about how you have all of your data yourself, you're getting signal, you feel confident. We've got, AppLovin reported earnings also, lots of these newer players that are working on building a gaming ecosystem and tools. To what degree does that become, you think, more strategically important as some of the more traditional data sources might not be there?
Right. I think you've got that thesis 100% right. Remember now with Unity, 71% of mobile games are built in Unity. That's an enormous presence. AppLovin a different strategy. They own a lot of hyper-casual games, and so they're monetizing games where they own them and they can get signal on them. It's a different kind of business, but I'm sure they're fine. I think we've got a fundamental competitive advantage that we bring to the table for our customers. Our customers use our monetization platform, our hosting platform, our tools to create content, and that really gives them a big advantage in mobile, which is why 71% of the time they choose Unity over building their own back-end technologies or content creation technologies, or use one of our competitors.
John, I spoke to Zynga's CEO last week, who made an ad tech acquisition to bring more of that advertising data in-house. Do you think that we're going to see more M&A here? Do you need to do something? Are you looking at deals, or do you have enough data in your existing model?
Well, I mean, I'm not sure there's all that much M&A to do in this exact space. There's a couple of players. Most have diversified. Using AppLovin as an example, they've diversified into publishing. They look more like Zynga than they do like a monetization platform today. So I'm not sure that we're going to see a whole lot of roll-up consolidation. Zynga is very ad-centric in some, significant portion of the revenues, and I think they're trying to enhance their net take on that. Frank's a smart guy, runs a business there. I think right now we're by far the leading platform, sort of dedicated to this arena, and we have been gaining share for some years now, and we're optimistic about the future.
John, I got a controversial question for you because I think you might be the best person, one of the best on the planet, to answer it with your history at EA. Is the App Store mobile business model, that construct, fundamentally unfair? I mean, the 30% take, or are businesses like Unity that are providing ways to monetize that are creative and different and separated from that, making that whole argument that we see playing out right now in Apple versus Epic obsolete?
Well, look, first off, let me just say I know this is hard to reconcile, but we're actually really friendly with Epic and Tim and the team there, and we're friendly with Apple. They're an important business partner to us. The second thing I think is step back for a moment from the perspective of the app stores. That 30% take rate across the range, pretty much every app store is at about a 30% take rate, from the console companies to PC distribution stores and the app stores. And I think it's interesting to note that game companies retain somewhere between 70 and 80% of consumer revenue. So they've got really good business models in the game industry. Film industry, music, they don't retain anywhere close to that. So the ecosystem to get today for the game industry is better than virtually any other form of media. And I get why people want to make it better. Now, remember that the two principal mobile app stores reach billions of consumers. That is a phenomenon new to this decade that's never, I guess the last decade, it's never imagined before. I remember when we thought selling 1 million units of a game was huge, and now we can reach billions of users. On the Unity platform, we reach 3 billion users a month. These reach numbers are just staggering, and I think there's a lot of platform benefit in that. Is it worth 30% or 25 or 35? I think that's a little bit of what the market, set the price, and we'll see where it ends up.